Kia ora whānau, and welcome to another podcast episode of Get a Job and Get Healthy with Costas Enterprises. I am your host, Alex Costas. Today is just a quick update. It'll probably be a very short episode just to explain that, sorry, I didn't get a chance to record one last week. I was actually away. I managed to get away for a holiday with my partner, which was fantastic, and we went up north and had a good time up there. And I didn't want to leave you guys with sort of 2 weeks without an episode, so I thought I'd just give you a quick update on this episode. I started writing my first blog piece again, and literally just published it about 5 minutes ago. And it's actually talking about the passive income stuff that I've been talking about. So I delve a little bit into what we've already covered. But what I did find as well is I sort of just talked a bit about the differences between the two print-on-demand services that I am now using. So for those that have listened to a previous podcast, I have previously been using the Threadless podcast. I have just started using TeeSpring, and the main reasons why, and I thought I'd better just cover that off for you guys, just so that you're aware. There is nothing stopping you from having more than one print-on-demand service and putting the designs on both as well. So, let's get to it, shall we? Alright, so why the change? Basically, the main change is there's about three reasons. So the first reason is with Threadless, I have previously set up my my store so that they pick the prices for me. And I'll be honest, their prices have been pretty expensive, even with the massive discount that I myself get as owner and operator of the shop. It was still a little bit expensive, coming close to, for 4 items, $80. 5 items. So I thought that was a bit pricey. And I realised that was because Threadless were setting up the prices in their own, and I wasn't actually having any control of that. Now, that's not to say I wanted to create more profit for myself or anything like that. I just thought it was a bit on the excessive side. Now that I say that, I am still going to be using Threadless as well. I might as well load designs on both, because why wouldn't you? You're creating more of a market that way. But what I found with TeeSpring, the other option is you can actually control your prices. So once you've published everything, you can then get the option of picking the designs that you want, which is what I was doing. And then the other option that we had as well was the ability to pick the products. Now, there are some design products that are on TeeSpring that are different from what are on Threadless. And namely things like Threadless has things like notebooks, which is quite cool, whereas TeeSpring doesn't. TeeSpring sort of has, it doesn't have as big a range, but they do have a bigger range of different types of t-shirts. So you're not just restricted to 2 or 3, you can go for an all-over design, you can go for quite a few different things, which is quite cool. So that is one of the things that I looked into as well. You can also have things like different coloured mugs, which is quite cool. But the ability to be able to change the pricing means that TeeSpring will say at the start, hey, look, this is one of the things that's available to you. If you want to sell a mug, you can potentially get a profit of up to $10 by selling the mug at close to $24. Now, I personally don't like that, so I dropped my mugs down quite low. Basically meaning I only get about $2 or $3. Now, $2 or $3 here and there is okay for me. I think that's a fair profit, just for the simple fact that I do live in New Zealand. Our exchange rate is a little bit different to the euro and the US dollars, which is what it shows as. So that is part of the reason why I have decided to use that as well. Now, you may be asking, why put such a tiny profit, Alex? What's the point? Well, the point is, if you sell enough designs, any little bit of extra money is extra money. It's extra passive income that you don't have to work for because you've uploaded everything. And I've already talked about how I do things like use Canva for designs. I do go a little bit deeper into it in the blog post, so feel free to pop along to my website so you can actually look at that. This is my Costas Enterprises.business.blog website, and I cover everything off in there as well. But there are other, as I've talked about in previous episodes, there are other ideas for passive income, and you just got to go out and do it. And it is actually easy to set up. We've talked about the setup, how you basically have to just create a design. I go a bit more in depth into it in this particular blog post. However, the basics is exactly this. First and foremost, you set up a storefront. You'll need a PayPal account, okay, so that you can actually get paid. You may require a tax number. So, for example, Merch by Amazon, which is one of the other print-on-demand services that you can use, and Threadless, both require a tax number, which can be either a tax number for, if you're in New Zealand, it'll be Inland Revenue. If you're in America, it is the your usual one that you use for your taxes. Now, the next thing you know, if you're an artist and you don't need things like Canva to create designs, and you basically have your own designs, you'll just need to put those designs and save them as a transparent background. If you are going to do that, make sure that your design is 5,000 pixels by 5,000 pixels. Okay, now that is if you're using any almost every single print-on-demand service. The only one which is different is Amazon, Merch by Amazon, which you need to have, I believe it's 4,500 or 4,200 by 5,000. Okay, so that is for their own designs. They will not accept a 5,000 by 5,000. Now, the other thing you're going to need, you're going to have to market yourself. Now, part of the reason that I switched to TeeSpring is if you can hit 25 or more sales, you don't have to actually market yourself. They will market your products for you. Okay, now I do cover that off a little bit, and I will cover it a little bit in this particular podcast episode as well. Once you've got your designs, you upload. Okay, now the upload process is literally drag and drop, or browse your computer for the file that you want to upload. Now, when you're creating these transparent backgrounds for your designs, remember that you do need to, it is best to save it as a .png, okay, as opposed to a .jpeg. The reason for that is a PNG is, while it is going to be a much larger file, you will find that it is actually a higher quality file, and that's what you want. When people want to print something, they want it to be high quality. They don't want it to be, well, crap, basically. Once you're ready up to upload, make sure that you check the products that you want to sell. One of the cool things about TeeSpring is they actually let you print masks, okay, and they're very easy to do. With Threadless, you can also do masks, but you have to get special templates to upload. You can't just simply use the same design and it'll print on everything. TeeSpring does let you put one design on everything, but you just have to learn to resize things within the template themselves, which is very easy compared to Threadless, where you can put up 99% of the products through one design. But if you want to do those things like put it on a backpack, or if you want to put it on leggings, or put it on a face mask, you have to have a specific special design and re-edit your file for that particular size. Which for me at the moment, it's just it's extra work I don't need. I want something simple, easy, drag, drop, boom, done. And TeeSpring seems to be doing that a lot better for me. So you've checked the products you want to sell. Now, if you are luckily, if you are using Teespring, as I said, you can then, after you've checked the products, you can then edit the pricing. Now, Teespring has a default setting for its pricing. I'll be honest, it's a bit high. Now, most times they're offering you from $7 to $11, sometimes up to $20 profit based on what they're selling the item at. But remember that if you sell the product too high and it's not of the quality that you actually expect it to be, people won't buy it. So feel free to drop it by a couple of dollars. In my instance, I have a couple of items in my store, on the Teespring store, where I am actually only getting $1 to $2, sometimes $3 profit. That is my own personal choice. I want to test the market first before I do any big changes. Once I've published the product, the product is live. Okay, so it is live in your shop once you've published it. That is the same for Threadless as well as Teespring. Then the last step is, of course, to sell. And when you are selling, you are marketing it as well. Now, as I sort of mentioned in the blog post, as well as in previous podcasts, I do use Canva. Okay, now I do pay a subscription of roughly $20 New Zealand per month, and I get access to thousands of images, pictures, typesets, backgrounds. Every time you use one of these, you actually get a license from Canva to use those designs in any way that you need to. So there's no legal ramifications for copyright, for example. So all of my designs are currently on Threadless, and I'm in the process over the next couple of days to putting them all on Teespring as well. All of those that have been created have been done through Canva. That includes the photos of Wellington that I've taken myself. I have uploaded those onto Canva and then turned them into a transparent background and added a little bit of words to it as well. One reason for this is exactly for that reason that I just said. If you pay the subscription fee, you can then download the image as a transparent image. You don't have to worry about converting it, getting Adobe and transferring it to a transparent background and all that sort of fun stuff. They will simply do it for you, which is pretty cool. For $20, all the designs you want, and all you need to do is just literally put it up there. And you do get a month free of that as well, which is pretty cool. So you could effectively create a month free, pay your month, and then cancel, which is pretty cool. Now, as I did say, when you are creating a design through Canva, make sure that it's 5,000 pixels by 5,000 pixels. You can do that by a custom dimension. To get the transparent background, you simply download it, and when you download it, you've got an option to click select as a transparent background. It's that simple, people. As I said, if you feel like you're not an artsy person, have a look at the designs. There are free designs, so you do not have to pay for Canva. Okay, you can do it free. They do have some free samples available for you to use. If you do use those free samples, just do a search based on whatever's on the top of your mind, and you will get some. If it's got Pro next to it, you will need to pay the subscription fee to use those. But they still have some cool things which are free, and there's nothing stopping you from using those to start off with. You select the products you want, and the colours, and as I said before, you put it on Teespring with the price, and you're almost ready to go. You just need to get creative with the title and the design. Give a little description. So, in the blog post, I say head to one of my items, and you'll be able to read the sort of thing that I say. It's basically just you're drawing the customer in. You want to make sure that they're aware of what it is. So put a little bit of fancy on your shine. Now, marketing. If you live in a cave, you won't know about this thing called social media. Use your social media. Okay, it's time to do the one thing that us Kiwis don't do, which is promote ourselves. Promote what you do. Promote your t-shirts. Promote your designs. Promote your websites, like I do now. There is also things like Facebook and Instagram ads, which are very lowly paid. You don't have to pay too much for them. There's also things like Google AdWords as well. Now, for this new Teespring design, I have yet to pay for for advertising through Facebook. I may still do that. I just want to see how I go first, but I have previously done it through Facebook for the Threadless, and I didn't really get. I got a couple of people reached, but no one actually bought anything. So I'm a little bit apprehensive to pay for the Facebook ads again at this stage until I've built up a bit more of a following first. Now, another thing that you can do which makes things a little bit easier is when you are listing your designs, there is a place to actually put your, especially in Threadless, there is a place to create what they call a collection. And in that collection, you can show people what your designs look like on models. But wait, Alex, I haven't got the product yet. How do I do that? There is a great little site called Place It. Altogether, Place It. If you search for Place It, it is actually it itself is a print-on-demand service. Okay, so you can actually use them to create all your designs and your printing and all that sort of thing as well. But the thing that they do is they actually have some free models and free templates that you can do where you can take your transparent design and upload those onto photos. In my blog, I actually do show you some of those photos that I've created. There is no watermark, no nothing, and Place It I don't actually pay for. Okay, I did use them for free. If you do want thousands of templates, then you would need to pay. But at this stage, they are pretty cool to use the ones that I've got there, for example. You can also put a place where you can put a link to your website, for example. You can just put a piece at the top where you type in what it is that you've got. And when you look at my designs, you'll see that on the website post, you'll see I've got my Threadless, which is Costas Enterprises.threadless.com. But then I've also got the design in my Teespring account, which you can click it and it goes directly to that design. So, because I'm planning on using Teespring more at the moment, that is the reason why I've put those Teespring designs there. Now, as I said, I will still be uploading to both sites because why wouldn't I? I'm trying to create more of a market and sell products, basically. The other good thing about Teespring over Threadless is the traffic. It has close to 16 million views per month. Okay, that means more people you can sell to. So, with COVID-19, while it might take customers a little bit longer to get their products, a lot more people are at home and a lot more people are spending online. A lot more people are shopping from home. So, yay! That means you can take advantage of this now. If you do have any questions, if you do find this stuff interesting, please contact me, email me. We can talk about it together. Ask me questions. My email is doncostas@gmail.com. That's DON for Nike, COSTAS@gmail.com. I'll try to respond to you as best as I can. Feel free to go to my website, costasenterprise.business.blog. Or check out my Threadless or my Teespring. All of those are available in my website, and they'll be in the show notes as well. Thank you very much for your time and good luck, and I look forward to hearing from you. Do you like this type of content? Do you want to know more? What have you tried to do? Are you trying to do this yourself? I want to build this as a community, and I want my community to flourish. So come join me, whānau. Let's do this together.